So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Hope you had a fantastic weekend, and I hope you're staying safe, staying well at home. Today, we're gonna do what's on my iPhone quarantine edition. I said I might do this in my prior speed test, and I think it's important because, you know, the applications we're using a lot now have changed a little bit from a couple months back or even a few months back. Now, a lot of them are getting more usage than before. Things like, you know, video chat applications, online ordering from stores and stuff like that. So you're gonna see a lot of that emphasis in this video. But I'm using the 11 Pro Max as my current main phone right now. Pine green case on it. People wonder, do you even rock a case, Nick? You're always making these videos with no case. What are you doing? Yes, I do use case. I just take them off because I like to show the phone in all its glory in the videos. And a quick question for you, if you guys have applications that you discovered during this quarantine, just based on having more time to look for applications, or maybe you needed to find something, go ahead and share them with the community, because not everybody knows, not even me. I don't even know all the best apps out there. And I learned from you guys as well. It's a big collective thing to share applications, and it really does help everyone out, because if you find something that is like really game changing, it could be game changing for others. So I really encourage you to share those down below. Let's go ahead and flip it around and get to the phone. Okay guys, so here is what's on my iPhone. Now don't be overwhelmed by all the applications. I'm gonna go ahead and screen record this so you can see a bigger view of this off to the left. But you know what? I'm not gonna show them all here in this video because it's just too many. We're gonna go through the ones that matter here. Now, in my first folder, I do have just daily applications I use for the day-to-day, things like calendar, my home security system, weather, calculator, clock. These are things we don't need to talk about. Now, I also group my listening applications into a folder as well, and I do rock out with Audible for listening to books on the day-to-day when I do feel the need that I don't want to read it individually. Now, I'm not personally signed in right now because I've been doing some cleaning up on the iPhone before speed test, so I had to reinstall this. But I do encourage you to use Audible if you don't like to read words line by line and things like the Kindle application. I also use the podcast application from Apple. It's a great podcast app if you just want to get your podcast on. And I also do listen to Amazon Music. This is my music app of choice. I know there's plenty out there. There's Apple Music. I don't pay for that subscription. Spotify, there's many others. So this is really just down to personal preference. I just use this one because it comes with my Amazon Prime subscription. Now, I do have a few applications in health. Of course, the Apple Health app, but Strava, which allows me to track bike rides during this thing. You know, I think it's a great way to get some exercise while still practicing social distancing, is to do a bike ride as long as you're doing it solo. And so within this application, you could do things like record your bike rides, and it'll show you kind of the distance you went on your bike. It will also allow you to join groups and kind of challenge other people to see if you can beat their records and stuff like that. Great application for people who are into exercising and tracking their workouts. Under notes, I do use OneNote and Apple Notes. And over here in read section, I do have a few applications to show you. Kindle, definitely a great application during a time like this. You want to catch up on some reading. I definitely recommend you guys check out the Kindle application. It's a really great application for just reading books that you might not be able to go see at the bookstore right now. So definitely love that one. InnoReader is a news application where you can pick your own news sources. I just like the way it's laid out. It has a dark mode versus the Apple News app, which I do like as well. But one thing I don't like about the Apple News app is it kind of defaults to showing some of that negative news when you first go in, top stories, stuff like that. Also, the COVID-19 is kind of a reminder of what's going on. So it kind of, you know, I don't always want to be reading. I don't know about you, but I don't always want to be reading about this. I know it's out there. I know it's real. But at the same time, I don't need to be reminded 24/7 that this thing exists. So this is why I don't use Apple News all the time. But the COVID-19 application right here is definitely useful, and I just left it in here because Apple's been improving this daily. And for those of you who are very concerned about this, definitely might want to consider using this app on your phone. It can help you out and share a lot of information you might not have known before about the COVID-19 virus. So that's one I recommend if you really love to learn more about this stuff. Now, my online shopping apps have increased because instead of going to the store, I'm definitely now, just basically going to the store on my phone. So Amazon has cut back on products like tech products. So if you're shopping in Amazon, you might not be able to get certain tech products right away. And I love tech products, as you see on this channel. So I've resorted to using things like bestbuy.com. They have a lot of great tech in their store, but not only them, also B&H is a great application to get some camera gear, things like that. And yeah, they do have some closures sometimes, but they do reopen relatively quickly, and they do ship pretty fast. So I do like B&H as well. It's one of the better applications for people who really want to get camera gear and, video gear and stuff like that. Also, Newegg is another great online shopping app for tech fans. They sell a lot of PCs, a lot of peripherals and things like that, software and services, gaming, electronics, stuff like that. It's going to be fantastic. And I have eBay on here because I sell on eBay, but at the same time, I also can find things sometimes you can't find on Amazon on eBay. And because Amazon uses a fulfillment center, a lot of people that sell the things don't actually ship them. They rely on Amazon to ship them. Whereas with eBay, a lot of sellers actually ship them individually. So a lot of stuff right now you can get on eBay that you can't get on Amazon because the person shipping it to you is literally the person shipping it to you. You're not waiting on Amazon, who's also dealing with all the other products from the COVID-19 that they need to get out to customers. So eBay can be very useful. Just make sure you're buying from reputable sellers right now. Walmart definitely is a decent application as well, although the grocery delivery service has been ridiculously full. There's no chance. Every time I check it, you just can't get groceries delivered. So I haven't used it much. That's the main reason I was trying to check it out, but I haven't used it much there. Now, the Apple Store, of course, when a new Apple product comes out, you can quickly just use Face ID to make a purchase, or you can just, you can use Touch ID if you have a Touch ID iPhone. And of course, Target, another, retailer. So like I say, shopping went from in the store to on my phone lately. And I do have some communication apps right here, just the phone and messages. Over here, another big one for the quarantine, and that is having Chipotle deliver right to your doorstep. Now, this could be kind of inconvenient depending on, if you have a Chipotle near you, but I just like that they offer some of the more healthier options on the takeout market. Now, also Instacart. This can be a lifesaver for many. And if you're going to be using Instacart, make sure you're tipping your shoppers well. These people are putting their lives on the line. They're going out there and shopping for groceries for you. And yes, this service is very reliable and it works very well. They will have these groceries to you pretty quickly. So definitely take advantage of this if you don't want to go into a store. You don't want to go into a grocery store right now with masks and gloves on and stuff like that. Personally, I have been to a grocery store since this went down, and I just don't like the energy in the grocery store right now. There's a lot of fear going on in the grocery store. A lot of people are, acting really weird around each other. It doesn't feel right. So I just rather, use Instacart. And I understand it's a luxury that not everybody can afford, but at the same time, if you can afford that extra $10 or so that it does cost for delivery, try to take advantage of it. And for my application for takeout, that's going to be the DoorDash. This has so many options and very reliable. I found them to really they're usually on time most of the time, DoorDash. So definitely my choice over Uber Eats. I like this one over Grubhub as well. And again, this grocery application right here is just a Walmart grocery application, just an extension of the Walmart app. MyFitnessPal for tracking calories and stuff like that, and Fujicate, which you could scan labels and kind of see the nutrition of the product you're buying. I do recommend not to eat a bunch of junk food just because you're under quarantine. Your body still needs to be nourished with the proper nutrients. So definitely keep in mind that just because you're on quarantine, it's not a great time to just be eating a bunch of junk food just because it's convenient and easy. Now over here, under YouTube applications, not going to go through these much, just Studio to keep in contact with you guys. Check out the channel's analytics, YouTube and TubeBuddy tool for, checking out some search traffic, see what kind of videos are popping off right now. Over here, we have video chat. Now, I do have FaceTime, Skype, and Duo, depending on who I'm chatting, or if one's not working, I do have some backups. Microsoft's based app, Google's based app, and Apple's based app. Now under social media, I do have Hootsuite for scheduling out tweets and Instagram posts. If I don't have the time to get to them, I will just have them scheduled out. Pretty awesome stuff if you need to schedule out your tweets and posts if you're just too busy to get to that at that time. Of course, Instagram and Twitter. And then over here in applications, I do have this LED home light system. It's just kind of like changes the light bulbs in my house and stuff like that. You do different colors for different rooms and things like that. Filmic Pro for doing some amazing video work from the iPhone. If I need to tweak the color and stuff like that, I will use Filmic Pro. Now, Unsplash gives me some amazing wallpapers, and if you're wondering, if you want great wallpapers, check this app out. These are all free stock photos and they look amazingly sharp. Now, this photo right here, I actually took myself. If you guys want this photo to use as a wallpaper, this is a picture of Lake Michigan, Chicago. I think it's very calming. That's why I'm rocking it out right now. If you want this wallpaper, let me know. I'll leave a link down below to where you can get it. And here I do have Prime Video, but the thing with Prime Video is I don't really watch Prime Video or stream from my phone. I just kind of use this as a browser. I just browse the videos and the movies, and then I go to the iPad to watch those. Now over here, I just have a prosperity folder where I manage finances. You know, we got Robinhood, Acorns, these are stock investing applications. We have stocks right here for Apple. The Secret to Money app is based on the movie The Secret. It's a very positive, affirming app to keep your mind positive around the topic of money. Even harder to do right now, but definitely needed. And I'm not gonna go through these. These are just my speed test applications. I group them in a folder until I'm gonna do a speed test. Then I move them back to a main screen so we can test out the performance of these beast phones. And over here, I have my rarely used apps. Believe it or not, I don't like to do email a lot on the phone. I find it very distracting. And also, I don't use Files app too much on the iPhone. I use that more on the Mac. I don't use Find My until you absolutely need it. Measure's not used often. Apple Watch I haven't been using lately. I've been using my G-Shock because I don't want to really charge no Apple Watch at the current time, so I haven't been using it much. And iTunes Store, don't use that much either. So that's pretty much it here for my iPhone. You can see that it's definitely evolved to be more of a, tool that really centers around getting the things you need during the quarantine. And I would recommend that you guys get the applications you need because these services are available for you on the iPhone. Please share your quarantine apps down below that you've found to be very helpful during this time. And so that's it, guys. That is what is on my iPhone or phone for the month of April 2020 quarantine edition. Now, I do want to go on the record and state that I do use Android phones as well, like the Galaxy S20 5G. You can see I have basically all the same apps. I line up similar applications and make sure that the experience is as cohesive as possible when switching between Android and iPhone. But for the most part, I'm daily driving this phone. That's why I used it for what's on my phone video, because this is the one I'm daily driving the most right now. I really just love the video camera quality on this. Really shines there in photo. It just works. And for people who are doing video and social media, this is a great phone for that element. And we will come on the other side of this. We will get through this, and we're gonna get through this all. And that's why I keep pumping out videos, because I want to entertain you guys during this time and do the best I can to just kind of keep your mind off the news, the mainstream news, which is just pumping fear into you. And fear creates stress. And when you're stressed out, you're more likely to get sick. So try to reduce your mainstream news consumption as best you can. I think it will really help. That's just my advice. You don't have to take it though. Thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video. Nick here helping you to master your technology. I will catch you all in the very next episode. Peace.